I know married couples that had a one night stand. Like, well, the sex on the first night and married.
Correct.
That's how all my
It's
relationships
crazy.
started.
And so you know you're toxic.
Yeah.
So how much do you make a month?
A good amount.
A lot.
Yeah, we make good money.
Like you make 6 figures a year. Would you take
that's
care of
just
a
like
man?
what I've grabbed.
Because like you making a lot of money. Would you take care of a dude?
Would I know? Have I? Yes. You know, like I just want them to be able to like live the same life, or like.
Yeah.
I think a man should take care of a woman if it's gonna be one way or the other.
Yeah.
On April 3rd of 2022, in Miami, Florida, a 25-year-old woman named Courtney Clenney stabbed her boyfriend, 27-year-old Christian Obumseli, in the chest, causing an injury to which the man would later succumb. The news attracted worldwide attention because Courtney Clenney is a fairly well-known social media influencer with a following of millions. The case has caused some controversy as the Miami Police Department has been accused of treating Clenney somewhat leniently because of her whiteness while her victim was black. 4 long months after the killing, Clenney was arrested and charged with Obumseli's murder. She's now being held without bond pending trial. The following narrative is based on the arrest warrant filed by Miami Police and on available reporting as of the date that I'm posting this video regarding what led up to and what has followed the stabbing death of Christian Obumseli. Courtney Clenney moved into one of the penthouses at the Berkshire Riverview complex in the East Riverside neighborhood of Austin, Texas in June of 2020. The Berkshire is a luxury residential property populated by young professionals. Courtney was 24 years old at the time. She became known for throwing loud parties at her posh place. According to one of her neighbors, Courtney had a way of making her presence felt almost immediately. Everybody knew when she was there when she arrived. Courtney liked to let people know that she earned her handsome income from posting content on the adult website OnlyFans. She had also done some acting, appearing in commercials and some small television and film roles. She'd spent some time competing in bodybuilding competitions on the amateur level. Then she became a fitness model and an Instagram influencer. Her page on Instagram climbed to 2 million followers at its peak. This no doubt helped her to establish her OnlyFans business, which has reportedly generated millions of dollars in revenue. According to the previously mentioned neighbor, Courtney could be extremely generous with her money. She liked to give gifts and never showed up to a party empty-handed. Honestly, she was a very nice person, the woman said. She was bubbly and wanted to just have a good time and make people happy. However, the young model's substance use would cause her demeanor to change. When she was intoxicated or using, it was like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, the neighbor said. According to another neighbor, Courtney frequently appeared to be under the influence. This neighbor said that when she first encountered Courtney, they were both out walking their dogs and stopped to say hello. Courtney was shit-faced, the woman said. She said that this happened in the daytime in the middle of the week. At the time, she thought that it was strange, but after that day, Courtney was wasted every time the woman saw her. Around late summer of 2020, Courtney met a 26-year-old man named Christian Obumseli. He was from the Dallas area. He graduated from Plano East High School, where he was a football player, and subsequently attended Texas Tech University. At the time that he met Courtney, he was earning his living as a cryptocurrency investor and trader. The young couple's relationship developed quickly. By autumn, Christian had moved into the penthouse with Courtney. The two would travel together extensively to locations such as Palm Springs, Las Vegas, and Tulum. Christian would become something of an assistant to his girlfriend, managing her schedule and tending to her during photo shoots. Christian would also perform with Courtney in some of the X-rated OnlyFans videos. A friend of the couple described Christian as someone who was always cracking jokes, always the life of the party, and with a bright personality. The acquaintance said that Christian had a strong religious faith. Other friends noted his caring soul and great spirit. Over time, the young couple's relationship became a bit stormy. Several of their acquaintances have described a toxic and abusive dynamic that developed between the two. One of the couple's neighbors said that she saw Courtney get physical with Christian on more than one occasion in common areas of the property. This neighbor never saw Christian act violently toward Courtney and described him as passive. She said that Courtney would walk ahead of Christian and he would follow. The neighbor used the expression, tail between the legs, in describing his demeanor following one dust-up with Courtney, which occurred in the building garage. The neighbor said that after the incident, Christian had marks on his face and a torn shirt collar. Courtney would make amends for such episodes by buying her boyfriend expensive gifts, Louis Vuitton luggage and such. Multiple acquaintances have said that they never saw Christian acting aggressively towards Courtney and would attempt to pacify his girlfriend as much as he could.
I've seen her hit him. I've never seen him hit her.
The two had been together for about a year when they went on a trip to Las Vegas in July of 2021. Apparently, the couple didn't experience much of Vegas during the trip, as they spent most of their time drinking and sleeping in their room. They argued about it. During the confrontation, Courtney threw a glass at Christian and barely missed. Courtney called security. Hotel staff came up. The room was trashed. Police showed up and talked to Courtney and Christian separately. Christian told them about the glass. Courtney admitted that she'd thrown it. The police took Courtney into custody for domestic battery. Christian was visibly distressed to find out that he would have to be apart from his girlfriend for at least the next 12 hours. He appears to be in utter sorrow over the development.
Okay. There's a lot of things that we have discretion with, and there's a lot of things that we don't. This is one of them. You guys are in a relationship, she threw a glass at you. When that happens, I have to make an arrest. I'm going to explain to you how it works so you can get her out. Okay? The state here puts anyone that is a suspect on battery of domestic violence on a 12-hour hold.
It has to be 12 hours?
As sooner that I can get her out of here, as soon as I can get her to jail, the 12 hours start ticking. Okay? And the reason why they do that...
He begs the officer to let him see Courtney as tears stream down his face.
I can't let you talk. Hey, no, I don't have to. I don't have to do anything. I'm to have all these numbers. They can serve her while she's in jail. And I also have to tell you, okay, there is this organization called Save Next. There is this organization called Save Next that provides help to people. I'm gonna give you the whole thing.
The charges against Courtney were eventually dismissed. A few months later, back in Austin, the couple exchanged text messages in which they argued about Courtney having taken Christian's phone. During the back and forth, Christian recounted to his girlfriend that she had stabbed him in the leg and it hurt so bad that he couldn't fucking walk. The following day, Christian found himself locked out of the apartment. As he begged her to let him back in, Christian recounted the abuse she'd inflicted upon him that day. She spit on him, he said in the texts. She pounded him in the face and on the back of his head with the phone. He pleaded with her to open the door so that he could lay on the couch. Now I have a lump, read one of the texts. Quote, I'm bleeding. Throwing up, I think I got a mild concussion and have anxiety. I slept in the restroom for 2 hours and I'm just lost beyond words. 5 minutes later, she replied, quote, I'm sorry for hitting you in the face and in the back of your head and spitting on you. Is it right? No, you just pissed me the fuck off, but still love you. One of their neighbors said that he could often hear the two having explosive fights in their penthouse or in the elevator. The guy said that a few months after Courtney moved in, the sound of yelling, doors slamming, and glass breaking resounded from the couple's apartment on a regular basis. He said he kept expecting the couple to break up or that one of them would leave the other, but the constant commotion continued until the troubled twosome finally moved out of the building together in January of 2022. That month, January of 2022, Courtney and Christian moved to Miami, Florida, where they would reside in a luxury apartment in the One Paraiso building overlooking the Biscayne Bay. The turmoil in the relationship continued. One day, soon after the couple moved in, they discussed getting some cocaine, according to text messages that have since been revealed. Early that evening, as Christian was at a bar watching a football game, they began arguing via text about the tone of Christian's messages to Courtney. She got upset because he answered, quote, Yes, Courtney? Yes, Courtney is unnecessary, she wrote back. I continue to have to explain to you how to act. It's not clear what happened when they finally met up in person, but later that night, Courtney texted Christian, quote, Hopefully this will give you some time to think about your actions. She said in another text, Enjoy the hospital. He sent her a text on his way to the hospital, letting her know that he was going to tell hospital staff that he got his injuries from playing football. From his hospital bed, Christian texted Courtney repeatedly, asking why she was ignoring him while he recovered from the wounds that she inflicted. "I was in the hospital," he wrote, "looking forward to seeing you, and you go drink and leave with someone? When your boyfriend is passed out on the bed getting stitched up because I lost too much blood." She apologized to him days after the incident in a string of text messages. She expresses her alleged love for Christian. She says she should have been at the hospital with him and she should have slept next to him. She says in another text that she feels extreme regret, sadness, and humiliation, and she apologizes profusely. In a text that Christian sent Courtney some weeks later, apparently, he wrote, "Is love going to kill me? February was the worst month I had so far. I got cheated on. I got called that word again." He also gripes about his stitches being reopened multiple times, apparently due to continued abuse at the hands of his girlfriend. In other messages, Christian talks about potentially ruining her career by revealing her behavior. Like, honestly, he writes, "Think to yourself, I've cut this person's face, I've stabbed him, I've called him out of his name to the highest level. And he could, if he was an evil person, he can ruin my career, he can go to the police, or go to the courtroom." Audio and video recordings capture snapshots of the toxic couple's life together in those first few months of the year in Miami, and seem to depict a meek and submissive boyfriend dominated by a disturbed and deranged girlfriend. In the following clip, secretly recorded by Christian, the belligerent woman wails like an animal as she scolds Christian for not telling her that he saw and said hello to one of her friends out on the street and accuses him of wanting to fuck the girl. Her demented yelling and screaming are captured in the audio, in which she demeans Christian with racial slurs and orders him around like a servant.
And he's like, and in my phone!
Cece,
Don't touch me!
what is going on? Like, are you gonna get this mad at me when I'm apologizing to you?
No, Christian.
Like, you're thinking I'm doing it on
Drop your attitude. Drop your high pitch.
Okay, I'm not doing it on purpose.
You told Sarah, you know well, the right thing to do is to tell me.
Yes, and I am so sorry.
So shut up and let me slap you.
You're not gonna slap me.
Give me my phone.
You have your phone.
I don't have it anymore. Find it and charge it.
Like,
Find it and charge it.
I'm sorry, Courtney.
I don't care. Find it and charge it.
Okay, just stop.
Don't talk to me.
God, man.
Yeah, man. Oh, man.
Because I'm telling you, I'm sorry.
It is like hard. Find my phone and charge it.
I don't know where your phone is.
Find it.
Can you help me find it?
I will!
So why?
Find it!
Why are you screaming, man? Not man, but why?
Yeah, man, yeah, man, yeah, man, little yeah, man, yeah, man.
What? Like,
Yeah, because I'm a little man, huh? Shut the up. I need to find it because I have to go meet her again.
So to go out?
No!
You said she invited you
Christian,
out.
just find my
I
phone.
don't have your phone. Can you just
Just find my fucking phone.
Cece, can you just please
Shut up.
Just please.
Shut up. You went to go talk to her without talking.
I didn't go to go.
Yes, you did. You always want to.
I was
He
on.
literally told me about it. Now he's like,
What are you
you're
talking?
like, son.
I didn't go to talk to
You are
Ara.
not gonna-
I was going on a bike ride. Like, what the?
Get off of me.
He's gonna talk to Ara? Is this gonna make you act like this?
You literally talked to her without telling me.
Courtney, I was on a bike ride and she passed me and I said hi. You and Courtney are having a live chat. My bad, I forgot to tell you that. That doesn't make you to act and call me a.
You're a
Yes, thank you. Coming from Courtney, thank you.
In another clip, covertly recorded in Miami by Christian in early 2022, the two have the following exchange.
When it is 5 a.m. and I have
Decide whether or not you're done gaslighting
to
me.
let you have a great
Decide whether or not you're done
I
gaslighting
am
me.
mad that you told me to come.
Decide right now.
Clenney, that's a threat. I asked you so many
Yep,
times that I
yep.
don't know, and I apologize.
You
But
do.
you hit me.
Shut the up. Don't.
Another piece of audio captures a confrontation between the couple out in the streets of Miami not far from their apartment. Courtney had apparently attacked a man, and Christian tried to calm the situation, it seems. A male passerby gets involved and tries to moderate as Courtney curses at Christian.
Get in the car! Just please, I'm sorry for calling you stupid. You will never hear me doing that. It was not right for me to do that. Please, baby, don't kill yourself.
You will never protect me.
I will.
Somebody was being horrible to me.
Hey, just
you
tell me.
defended them.
Okay, just tell me in the car. Yeah. I know. Are you from Miami? No.
No, he's not helping me. Just leave me alone.
Just let me talk to you for a second. I got you.
Leave me alone.
I saw you banging your head. That's not.
Yes.
I don't want you to hurt yourself.
Do you know what that is like? Oh, it means that I want to kill myself.
You don't need to feel like that. You don't need to feel like that.
No, I tell him this.
So breathe in.
He literally makes fun of me when I am crying. Sorry, I'm not yelling.
No, I get it. I get it. I get it.
I'm truly sorry.
No, it's all right.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
This guy was really yelling into our car. He was yelling at me, making fun of me from my car. So he said, come swing on me, come swing on me. So I opened the door and I got out and hit him. And then he said, go apologize to that man. Even though he was hanging in my car.
We all make mistakes.
No, it's like, what would you do if you were me?
I know.
I feel like I don't have anywhere to go but my head.
Okay, where do you live?
I live like a block away.
You want us to order you an Uber and just go home and you guys can talk about this later? Because I don't think this is gonna end up anywhere good for you or for her.
At one point in the discussion, the guy asks if the two of them were in a relationship. At almost the same time, Courtney answers, not anymore, while Christian answers yes. In another Miami secret recording, Courtney utters ominous words.
I'm actually not having a good day where I actually literally want to kill you, but you don't take me seriously.
During that period, Courtney appeared on a podcast called We in Miami. At one point in the episode, she makes the interesting admission that she is the toxic girlfriend.
Ooh, look at those abs.
Oh my God!
Do a little spin for us.
Oh.
Oh, wow. Look at you.
Look at those abs.
And you know you're toxic.
Yeah.
All right, so no offense, but you look like the type of girl that only dates like rich guys. Is that true? And don't be ashamed of it.
No, that's not true. I only date black guys.
What you trying to say? We could be rich too. What you mean? You might only date rich black guys.
Well, I let me clarify. I only date rich.
Okay, rich black guys. There we go. That's what I thought. Yeah.
This footage, taken by a neighbor from a balcony high above the ground, captures an apparent altercation between the couple. The neighbor said he could hear the argument from his apartment several stories up.
It was shocking because, a lot of couples argue, a lot of couples do things and get into it, but not physical like that.
The video doesn't have audio, but the neighbor says he heard the couple from the 12th floor.
We just started hearing them arguing, and he started eating real quick, and, she was being a little aggressive, trying to jump in the water.
On February 21st, a surveillance camera in an elevator in the couple's apartment building captures Courtney repeatedly attacking Christian as he attempts to hold her at bay. Courtney and Christian eventually made such a nuisance of themselves and prompted so many domestic disturbance complaints that building management began the process of evicting the couple. Courtney and Christian reportedly broke up several times while in Miami, including during the last week of March when Courtney kicked Christian out of the apartment. Courtney's mother, Deborah Clenney, came to town to stay with her. After Mom left, the troubled young couple reunited. Christian moved back in on April 1st, according to police. But the strife between the pair continued immediately. Hotel staff contacted police that day after an employee witnessed the couple squabbling in the lobby.
The boyfriend actually came after her and Paul was walking towards there, and then I just said, enough is enough. Police need to be called. She said she don't want police to be called. But when it's in a common area and something happened like that.
I stayed in my apartment all day. I didn't take my dogs out for like 8 hours because I was afraid that when I came down here, he was going to beat him. And when I did come down, I walked my dogs, and he was telling me he wouldn't leave me alone. I said, please just walk my dogs. We're not together.
Courtney, what else do you need?
I was told I was going to get a chance to speak.
Go ahead, Courtney. What's going on? Now's your turn.
Are you gonna listen?
We're listening. Go ahead.
You say something wrong.
So what do you want to say?
I want to be like, I don't want to be like exonerated, I guess, of like anything wrong. And I want him, okay, the police are here. I want a restraining order against Christian Obumseli.
We don't issue those.
Because, no, I'm serious. Can I do that? Where
you have to go to court. You have to go to downtown.
But how can I make myself first? Because I know him and he would do it. How can I make myself first? So I had a lot of opportunities to call y'all, and I did not. So when he's following me around this dog park, I said, there is no, your time is up. Like, that's it. And then all of a sudden, like, he's following me to the elevator, and I said, don't follow me. This guy said he had to fucking shelter. When I was upstairs and then they showed up on my door, I said I shoved him. I said, show me the fucking video. Like, I really got angry because I did not help. I am, right now, like, I have not always been a victim, but, like, right now I'm a freaking victim in the situation. I was scared to go downstairs and walk my dogs. I just walked him and I told him, you don't have a chance. And now, all of a sudden, this is all happening.
What's his name?
Christian Obumseli.
Christian?
Please, just, like, don't get me kicked out of my own apartment.
2 days later, on Sunday, April 3rd, according to police, the day began peacefully, with the couple playing with their dogs in the apartment. Christian later went to Subway to get sandwiches. He left at 1:15 that afternoon and returned at 4:32 p.m., according to building records. Courtney had just finished uploading a video to Instagram. Police believe the stabbing happened sometime during a 13-minute span shortly after he returned, as she was making phone calls with her mother. Deborah Clenney has said that over the phone, she heard her daughter arguing with Christian and accusing him of lying. At 4:57 p.m., Courtney called 911.
If he has a stab wound to his shoulder, can he sit down?
What do you mean he has a stab wound on his shoulder, ma'am?
Yeah, he's bleeding from his shoulder.
I got a guy, I can't feel my arm.
3101.
I can't feel my arm.
Baby, I'm so sorry. Baby. Get up. Listen, please, God, please, God.
Police responded to the home. Christian's blood was all over the apartment. It would be revealed later that one of his subclavian arteries had been severed. This footage was shot from an apartment across the way. It shows Courtney cuffed and covered in Christian's blood. Some of his blood remained on her skin and on her clothes as she spoke with detectives at a Miami police station that evening. Christian had been taken to a local hospital where he held on to life.
We wake up, we've broken up. I broke up with him about a week ago. My mom came into town. She was in town because of it. And I told her, like, what am I saying? Anyway, she came into town because of this. She was there for about 6 days. My boyfriend was freaking squatting in my elevator, like, little room. But I didn't want to kick him out because he said he wanted to be close to me. I'm like, okay. I eventually feel like, okay, I got this under control. You can go home. Okay. So the last couple days have been, he was just great. He was happy to be back in the apartment. I was happy to have him back in the apartment because I missed him. And been waking up telling me, good morning, I love you, touching me, like, it's just, I felt very, very loved when I woke up. He went to go get me Subway, or he went to go get himself Subway, then got me Subway. He came back.
The pair had apparently been voluntarily sharing their locations via their cell phones and ceased doing so when they broke up the previous week. Now they began to discuss resharing their locations. This apparently led to an argument.
And I said something about, like, oh, are you going to, like, reshare your location with me? Like, did you want to share it? And he said, yeah, I shared it. And I was like, oh, when did you do that? And he goes, the other day, like, when you were done with me. And I was like, okay, well, fair enough. Like, reshare it. And then he told, I mean, it kind of, like, turned into, like, a little, like, argument or something. And then he told me to reshare mine, and I was like, okay, yeah, I will. And then I didn't do it immediately. He asked me about it again. And I don't know what I was thinking, but I just said, something about, well, what if I'm somewhere you don't want me to be?
Okay.
Which I wouldn't have been. I love him. But just feel like, maybe you don't want to know where I am. I guess maybe it'll just like hurt him because he was pressing me. And he ended up pinning me against the wall. And then, I said like choking me on the floor. It's just like, they were looking at my neck and I was like, I'm not saying like choking me like, whatever. But he had my like neck. And this happened twice before. Okay. Where I couldn't breathe and I was on the floor. Yeah. I could not breathe. And I don't think that he was trying to kill me, but I was scared. And all 3 times I have been scared. Okay. So yeah, I'm on the floor. And he had me pinned and lets me up. I'm on the, get my mom on the phone. And then he just I could see all the whites in his eyes and he was like coming at me. And so I grabbed one of these knives. My mom got me for Christmas. I grabbed one of them. And I was like, I swear to God. I swear to God. It was just like, I grab and be like, don't come anywhere closer to me. Because, earlier, that happened 2 other times I couldn't fucking breathe. I'm sorry. I grabbed a knife and I said, don't come anywhere closer to me. I had absolutely no intention of using it. I'm on the phone with my mom, and he's coming at me like he's going to grab either the phone or, the knife or something. And so I was just like, I was like, don't come any closer. It's coming at me, and I threw it.
How far away was he?
Courtney estimated that she was about 10 feet away when she threw the knife at Christian. That's how, she claims, Christian's knife wound was caused.
Then what kind of movements did he make at the moment? He was going to walk
running
up?
At me.
Running? Okay.
Well, charging, aggressively walking. But I swear to God, I was scared. After what I just, I was scared. And I was on the phone with my mom and it was still happening. Yeah. I was scared.
The following morning, Courtney remained in the interview room. Police entered and gave her some bad news.
So, we have to inform you that Christian did not make it. Okay. Unfortunately, the doctors did what they could. And
Christian is dead.
Yes.
Oh my God. This is not real, right? Okay. There's no fucking way. Christian died?
During Courtney's interview, she made statements that gave police the impression that she might try to harm herself. Consequently, she was committed to a mental health treatment facility for the following 48 hours, then released. A few days after the killing, Courtney was spotted at a hotel bar having a drink with her father. A patron at the bar confronted her.
I'll videotape her. Right now, you should go. Yeah, you should go. Because you just killed your boyfriend. Yeah, you did. Yeah, and yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay, cool.
The Miami-Dade County medical examiner said that Christian's wounds could not have been caused by someone throwing a knife at him from 10 feet away. She said that the injury was caused by a downward stroke into Christian's chest. The examiner ruled the death a homicide. Still no arrest was made initially. Police said that the case was still under investigation. Courtney returned home to Texas and subsequently entered a rehab facility in Hawaii for substance abuse and PTSD. It's been reported that before heading to Hawaii, she purchased a lavish home in Austin, not far from where her parents live, for the price of $1.35 million. Meanwhile, Christian's family and a lawyer representing them, Larry Handfield, demanded justice for Christian and that Courtney be arrested. They also stated their suspicion that Courtney had not yet been arrested because she is a privileged Caucasian woman receiving special treatment as her victim was black. In August, a little over 4 months after Christian's killing, Courtney was arrested in Hawaii and extradited back to Florida. She was charged with second-degree murder and pleaded not guilty. The audio and video evidence previously discussed have been presented to the court in preliminary hearings. Courtney's attorneys have said that the recordings lack context and portray only a part of the reality. Quote, "As we prepare Courtney's defense for trial, we are currently piecing together all of the evidence so the jury may understand the totality of the situation when it is presented to them at trial. Also, the majority of the records released so far have come from Christian's cell phone. There is another side to this we look forward to presenting in court." Courtney's lawyers petitioned the court to limit the release of their client's sexually explicit content, saying, quote, "This is going to turn into a circus of media outlets publishing salacious material that has absolutely nothing to do with guilt or innocence in this case." In September, the judge denied the petition. The attorney for Christian's family, Mr. Hanfield, says that he has spoken with one of Courtney's ex-boyfriends who said that Courtney has tried to stab him on more than one occasion. The attorney has said that there's no evidence that Christian was ever violent towards Courtney, and that given the number of police interactions with the couple, he would have been arrested right away if he had ever actually physically assaulted her. Police have reported, however, that they have observed bruises on Courtney's body on at least one occasion while answering disturbance calls involving the couple. Before building staff called the police 2 days before the killing, at least one employee apparently saw Christian, quote, charging at Courtney. This neighbor lives nearby and has a view of Courtney and Christian's apartment. He says that the week before the stabbing, he saw Christian, quote, swinging at Courtney.
I could not tell if it was open-handed or closed-handed, but he was swinging at her.
Courtney has been denied bail on multiple occasions, most recently in December of 2022, and the judge in her case has ordered her to remain detained until the time of her trial. Attorney Hanfield has said that Christian's family intends to file a wrongful death civil lawsuit against Courtney. In her criminal trial, she could be sentenced to as much as life in prison if convicted of second-degree murder. Courtney Clenney is expected to go to trial in the year 2023. Once again, thank you to all of you longtime viewers and subscribers. You guys make it worthwhile doing this. I don't think I'd be doing this channel if it weren't for you guys. Thanks to all of you who have liked, commented, subscribed. You guys help me to build this channel, and I appreciate all of you to the fullest. Stay tuned. I've got a roster of interesting stories to tell you guys. The next one is about the Young Thug trial. Young Thug is a very popular hip-hop artist who has been indicted for racketeering along with 27 other individuals, and the trial is going on right now. It's expected to go on for the next several months. So that's the video that I'm working on as we speak. But there's another story that's come to my attention, a really wild and sad story about a massacre that happened in Central California in a town called Goshen. So I'm going to try to have something out about that as well. At any rate, be on the lookout for all of that stuff. Once again, thanks to all of you guys for sharing a little bit of your time and attention with me. Peace.